Thanks. Next witness to testify was Dr. Miranda, who testified that there was a part of that transcript and that tape that's in Spanish. And he translated what that Spanish part of that transcript said. Noel also added that his mother, Ileana, he called her mother, also put her pee-pee in the other children, and he says that the other children told him that. He denies that anything else was done to him, that is, that Ileana herself did anything to him. That's what he testified about on direct. He testified on cross, however, about an additional statement that he learned from Noel's mother. That the night before the interview, Noel's mother told him that Noel's mother, not Ileana, but his real mother, Martha, that Martha had a talk with Noel. And that Noel told her that night, the night before the Miranda interview, he was embarrassed because all of the children had seen his father put his penis in Noel's mouth. The next witness called by the defense was Dr. Lee Stewart Coleman. Dr. Coleman testified about his credentials. He's been a psychiatrist for 20 years. In fact, that's what he was qualified as an expert in, psychiatry. And it's his opinion that the children are not now reliable because they've been manipulated during the interviews. That's all the children except Noel Fuster. That's an exception. Didn't find the interviewing techniques used on Noel Fuster extraordinary. Didn't. His opinion, and it's also his opinion, that none of the private therapists who came in here and testified by you based on their experience were correct. They were all wrong. They don't have the tools to do the things they're talking about. But what do we know about Dr. Coleman? Dr. Coleman testified as an expert in these issues because he has developed an interest in this area within the last 9 months. Originally it was 6 months, but now he remembers it was longer than that. It's been a whole 9 months. Dr. Coleman testified about a significant financial interest in this case, to date to the tune of in excess of $20,000 for his testimony. He's testified that his expertise in this field has been gained not on his own, not through research, not through study, not as being a faculty member anywhere, but his expertise in this area has been developed exclusively through looking at tapes while being an employee of defense attorneys across the country. He testified that his total experience in this area was from looking at tapes and talking to people, and that he must have seen 90 hours worth of tapes, but that 60 of those hours were the tapes in this case. In fact, folks, you have seen twice as many hours of tapes as he's seen anywhere else. And he's coming in here and telling us he's the expert. He's testified that in his expert opinion, he reviewed each of these tapes, and he did that, and he knows what's important, and he knows what was said on the preceding tapes, because it's significant in the later tapes. Each tape is important. He also testified that Justin and Jonathan's 8-9 tape was insignificant, and the only word he wrote about that 8-9 tape, the tape that every other person, Dr. Summit, Dr. Braga, everybody else who talks about it, said probably the most significant thing. Because it's where Justin really goes through, where Jonathan, remember, rushed to his mother's arms and put his thumb in his mouth and covered his head. Dr. Coleman thought the only thing significant on that tape was playing. Exactly that word, and only that word, playing. Dr. Coleman just doesn't know what he's talking about, folks.